What up? Hope you are all doing well. How's it going? How goes it? I hope everyone is doing well. Wait for y'all to come in. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm so tired, y'all. Good thing we're just reacting. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, hey, Allison. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. We are reacting to Lucas Jones, his coming out story, and it is such a throwback. First of all, it's not even Ryan Carnes playing him. The actor's name is Ben. I forget his last name. But we are seeing like a bunch of like OGs. Like we're seeing Adrian Leon's Brooklyn. We're seeing Julie Berman's Lulu. We're seeing Lindsay Letterman, Georgie. We're seeing Scott Clifton's Dylan. We're seeing a bunch. And of course, young Kirsten Storms will be in there too. It's too hot. It's too hot over there. It's pretty cold here today, actually. And hey, Sandy. It's cold here in Edmonton. We had a pretty crazy thunderstorm yesterday. We've had a bit of rain today, but it's like cool. It's like windy and rainy. So, hey, Kaiwan. But yeah, glad you guys are here. We're pretty much gonna get right into these clips because I'm pretty sure I tried to calculate it. Overall, it's like an hour long of like the clips that are bundled here. That's probably literally how long the storyline actually was as a total, if you want to put that in perspective. Yeah, I love her too, Sandy. I miss Julie so much. 83 degrees in Kansas City, man. That's crazy. I mean, we had warm weather before it rained yesterday. Like it was like pretty hot. Like when I went to work yesterday, boiling hot. Then it turned into dark clouds, thunder, like thunderstorm warning. Tornado warning. We didn't get a tornado. Hey, Nikisha. Yeah, hope you had a great day too. But yeah, we're going to jump right into the reaction because there's a lot here. Let me know about the audio, like for real, guys. Because if you guys remember, I kind of messed with the settings on Sunday last week. Or this week earlier. So I don't know how that's going to affect the audio of the video that you guys are going to watch now. It's all good. It's all good, Kaiwan. 104. Damn, Allison. In Sacramento, hey? Crazy. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna hit play. Let me know about the audio. I'll adjust it, and then you guys can let me know if it's better. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do. There we go.
Well, since I haven't been on a date in months, even Jake looks good to me.
Oh, no, well, I wanted to take you somewhere that we could talk and not run into everybody that we know.
Wow, if you're that embarrassed to be out with me, then why don't you just go bag over?
That's not what I meant.
Once it hits 25 degrees, I bail out and stay inside.
What's wrong?
Angel.
Well, you know that I like you, right?
Well, I know that you really used to like me, but then I ditched you for a drugging stalker freak, which was obviously the worst decision I've ever made in my whole entire life.
You know,
Brooklyn's talking about Diego.
because I think if you hadn't pulled back, then I probably would have.
Can you explain?
I thought this would get easier every time I say it, but it doesn't.
What is it?
I'm gay.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to figure it out.
Wait, I can't believe.
Hard to hear?
Is
Okay.
that obvious?
Of course not. But please, if you were straight, you would be all over me. Hey, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't know. I sensed it.
No, it was when I was
How about
still
now?
working things out.
I'm glad that you've accepted things. Who else knows?
Georgie, Dylan, that's about it.
Well, you'll be happy to know that you can trust them. They never said a word.
Yeah, I just told a few close friends, and
Alright, I'm
not really ready
adjusting.
to tell the whole family.
Let me know.
I'm glad you told me. And since we're sharing, I should probably tell you that I'm leaving town tonight.
Yes, she was.
Why?
Better? Okay.
This
isn't too loud, let me know.
You know, and I'm feeling restless. I want to go back to Benson first, so I'll be better.
Louder in a good way, though?
Room for 2 more? Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. What are you guys doing here? Well, we were just sharing. I told Lucas that I'm transferring out of PCU, and he told me that
Bitch, don't get all crazy,
It's so happy
guys.
you're doing this. You look
Georgie and Dylan.
great there. Any news on Granny?
I'll give you the short version. She's alive, and it was all a horrible prank, and I'm done talking about it.
Well, okay, that stinks. I mean, I'm glad that she's alive, but it's a pretty rotten thing to do.
No, see, this is why we all need therapy.
Good to hear, guys.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Are you sure your mom doesn't know? Because, I mean, she's never caught you with...
Hey, yo! Too much information.
Okay, look, we talk about our boyfriends all the time, all right? Well, when I used to have one.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm different. You know, it's different.
And we're normal?
I mean,
Forget who you're with?
You're out my uncle. He's as weird as they come.
Yeah, but you guys can talk. I mean, you can talk about anything you want, anywhere you want. I mean, you can smile at someone across the room and not worry that they're thinking you're a freak. You don't have to actually learn how to look at a guy without really looking at him.
You mean the way that guy's been looking at you all night?
Like, is that dude really checking you out?
Guys, please.
I'm just asking.
Wait, maybe you should go to a gay bar, you know, get your toes in the water?
You've never been to a gay bar?
Like, I tried once, but there's too many people that work with my mom, so I couldn't chance
Do
it.
you have a boyfriend?
No.
Are you a virgin?
I don't know, Dylan. How many guys have you slept with?
None.
Okay, then I guess I'm as much a virgin as you are.
Good point.
Anyway, it's not all about hormones and... I don't know, what I want is...
What you want is
I don't know what I
someone,
want.
hey, someone who'll make you feel special, you know? Someone who you can love and they'll love you back. A warm shoulder to lean on. We all
You're all
want
so natural with each other.
Yeah, it seems like a lot to ask for.
Don't you dare settle for anything less. No, his shoulders look pretty warm.
Pretty warm. That guy's hot.
Excuse me. The straight guy at the table. It's me.
Yeah, Adrian
Lucas,
Leon was
please go talk to
gold.
him.
No.
I do
He's
love
probably
Amanda
just
Sutton,
shy,
though.
He's got nice eyes.
Yes, he does.
She and
Go. Invite
Rena
him to
Silver
the
work
pool.
really well off of each other. I'd like to see
Come on. Do
Adrian
it or I
try, but I don't know. Do you think Adrian would have good chemistry with Josh Slicard? These kids look too young for a brother.
Nothing wrong, man.
Don't miss the team scene. Oh, you do miss the team scene. Okay.
Brooke. I got your phone.
Oh, thanks.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah, well, take care of yourself. Alright? And I hope you like what you find in Bensonhurst.
Just gonna take it one day at a time.
That's true. Yeah, that's the most disappointing thing about
You know.
the hiring of Amanda. She's not a singer, and that was like the essence of the character. And they had to slice her throat just to keep her. It's like, it's crazy.
Don't keep him waiting.
Okay. All right, I'll see you.
Like, at least look for actors that can sing.
You're still here. Thought maybe you left with your girlfriend.
No, she's just a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost the table. Look, I'm kind of new around here. You know where I can get a decent pizza?
Yeah, actually, I know a great place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You hungry?
Sure.
You are gay, right? I mean, I thought that's what I heard you tell your friends.
Yeah. Listen, I parked around back. Let me go get my jacket and we'll...
Well, let's take my car, okay? You can, show me the way.
Yeah, I'm glad my mom's okay, but I could kill her.
Yeah, he wasn't,
Luke, too,
Angel.
both of them.
You know they really deserve each other, Dylan.
Well, I keep getting involved in their stuff, and it's really not working out well for me.
Dylan, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You know what, though? You're like the only person that I trust. Like, really, truly trust. Like, deep down in my soul. I wish we could just go somewhere. Alone. Away.
We will, Dylan, someday.
What was that?
I don't know, I heard it too. Oh my God,
man.
Lucas!
Oh. Hey, can you move?
Oh,
We gotta get out of here.
okay.
Never get in a car with a man that you don't know, Angel. Except, you know, Ubers.
Lucas, what happened?
Ubers, taxis.
I think we should take him to a
But yeah,
hospital
no,
if
I-
he has internal injuries.
Like beyond
George, I'm not deaf,
in a
I can
professional
hear you.
capacity.
Well, how about it, Lucas? Because you got beat up pretty badly.
Unless I've known the person
just
for a
need to
while, I'm not
rest.
getting in the car with them.
I can't do that here, then
Lucas, aren't doctors required to keep privileges like a priest or a lawyer?
Georgie, my parents are medical professionals. They know everyone in town. If I show up at a clinic or a hospital like this, they're gonna ask questions. And they might even call the cops, and then everyone's gonna know I got beat up because I'm gay.
Georgie, let me in or I'm coming in.
Sorry, Caroline,
Last
what are you talking
chance,
about?
Georgie, open up. Just a minute. Thank you. You know, you better be grateful that it is me here and not Dad.
Hi, Maxie.
Oh, no, you're toast. I can't believe you actually called Mom and Dad and announced that you were going to spend the night with Dylan. I have been scraping our parents off the ceiling ever since then. I had to convince them to let me come here and tell you that if you don't go home right now, you are grounded.
You know, I don't see why I should apologize for spending the night with the man that I love.
Hey. Getting a little dramatic, don't you think?
Forget it, guys. Thanks anyway.
Lucas, what's happened to you?
He got in a fight.
Correction, I got beat up.
By who?
He didn't know the guy.
Wait, I don't understand. Why are you hiding here?
Because I don't want anyone to know. I picked a guy up at a bar, Max. Yeah, I don't recommend it.
What are you talking about?
What do you think I'm talking about? I'm gay.
Why not tell me you were gay before
Valid, Angel.
now? Because keeping it a secret is like saying you think being gay is wrong, and it's not wrong, Lucas.
Tell that to my parents.
You've been so distant since school started, and I couldn't figure out why.
Actually, you
Well,
know
now
what? To
you
be
know.
honest,
The
in
creep who
Montreal,
did this to you, he is the one who
I
should
had
be
a
ashamed.
taxi
He committed
driver
a
come
crime
on to
because
me,
you have
and
to tell the
I-
police.
yeah.
Save your breath.
I can't.
it's only happened the one
File a
time.
police
But
report.
Montreal, like,
Everyone's gonna know I'm gay.
you don't really have
we
to
know? Isn't
take a
that
taxi
enough?
anywhere. You could take
I
the
choose to tell a
subway
few
'cause
of
it
my
goes
close
everywhere.
friends I trust. I'm not ready to
But
live
that
as an
particular
openly
trip
gay man, especially
was like my first
after
trip back in
last
10
night.
years. So
I'm sure as hell not ready to deal with my parents.
haven't had
Your
to take one
parents
since,
and
unless you
everyone
count
else
from like
who
the
loves you
airport
would want
to
you to be
my
happy.
Maxie, he has the
wherever
right
I'm
to
staying
deal
at
with
the
this
time.
however he chooses.
Okay, great. So the creep who did this to you is just gonna get away with it.
Actually, I'd
but never
like
to
beat
travel
his
like
head in.
around town.
And I would drive you right there to do it if you were in any shape. You're not.
Which is why Lucas needs to get some rest, and we just need to be here to make sure he doesn't get any worse, which is why you need to cover with Mom and Dad. I don't care what kind of punishment they give me, just please don't tell them.
Lucas, I'm really sorry you had to go through this. And I'm sorry you didn't feel like you could tell me.
It's not about you, Maxie. I need to deal with this in my own way.
I love you, Lucas.
Hey,
Jesse.
what's wrong?
I need your help, but you're not allowed to say one word.
Oh, what'd you do now, Maxie?
No, nothing. I didn't do anything, I swear. Except, I'm about to betray a confidence.
Well, maybe you shouldn't.
No, I need to, because if I don't do anything, then somebody really horrible is going to be free to hurt other people. One of my friends was beat up for no reason other than he's gay.
Okay. Have me listen to PD.
Jesse, he won't. He's not out of the closet. He doesn't want his parents to know, or anyone else for that matter. I mean, it's crazy. The world has changed. You know, people are accepting all different kinds of lifestyles.
Depends. Obviously, someone didn't like his.
Well, anybody who would beat up on somebody else just because they're gay, that's twisted. And this creep is still out there. He's gonna do it again. You know he will.
Well, what do you want me to do, Maxie?
I want you to be my boyfriend, not a cop.
Who the hell is Jesse? Jesse
Introduce
was
me to
Maxie's
him.
boyfriend. He worked for
I'll see
the
what I can do.
PD. He
You already know
died.
him.
Nathan wasn't even her first police funeral.
It's Lucas.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if I got you grounded for the rest of your life.
I'll be 18 soon and I'll be a free woman. And really, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me having sex with Dylan and my dad being mad about it. So don't worry about it.
Was I supposed to follow all that?
Well, we're in love. We're using protection. What does he expect?
Okay, Iron Man. Why don't you go over to my house right now and say that to Mac? I'm sure he'll be just as receptive.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
Lucas, I'm sorry.
Guys, it's me again.
Maxie.
And company.
What?
Maxie, damn it!
Oh, I'm really sorry, but Jesse's here to help you.
You had no right to do.
Look, I'm not here as a cop. I'm here as a friend. I want to track down the guy that did this to you.
I'm not gonna testify.
You don't have to. Just tell me where it went down and how you met.
They met at Jake's. He said his name was Frank. He was coming on to Lucas all night. I witnessed it. I was there.
I floated back. I mean, he asked me for some pizza. I thought he was... It doesn't matter.
All right, where did he attack you?
The park. He had a pipe. I was surprised. I couldn't defend myself.
Lucas, could you just sit? Why don't you let Jesse help you?
I've always fought my own battles my whole life. And then suddenly, I tell people I'm gay and I have to be protected.
How are you going to go about doing this?
I'm gonna go undercover and let the guy pick me up. At first, I'm gonna rearrange his thinking, then I'm gonna bust him.
Like, that sounds really dangerous.
It's okay.
Right. Because Jesse's the cop and I'm just the queer.
No. You were taken by surprise. I'm just gonna be ready for the guy.
Leave it alone.
No, I can't. If this guy isn't stopped next time, he could kill someone.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. So, how long until someone realizes there's a trespasser in one of the guest rooms?
Years. Trust me. Don't worry about it. Stay as long as you want.
No, I think I'll just stay until I don't look like I got ran over by a bus.
You
But I
know,
hope they
Lucas,
don't
I
do
was
this story
thinking,
again with Aiden. I don't think that they will.
the longer you don't
I
tell
mean,
people that you're gay,
Lucas
I think the
was
harder
single.
it's going to be to come out.
That was
I
his
love you,
first
Georgie, but
dip
you
in the
have no
pond for
clue
the
what
dating
I'm going
scene.
through.
We know that Aiden is
I
seeing
know,
somebody
but-
already, and I
But
doubt
I see the way
it's-
people love you. And Maxie didn't even bat an
Like,
eye
it
when you
seems to
told
be
her.
good.
She's
I
like
hope
my
it's
sister.
good.
What's she gonna say?
Oh, Jesse was cool.
You don't think your parents love you enough to accept you?
My parents
But I think he,
love
I think
the
that
idea of me.
he
My
is
mom's
probably getting
always
bullied,
trying to
probably
set me
because he
up
was
with one of
open
her friend's daughters. My dad
with whoever,
can't wait
whatever
to be
guy
a
that he's seeing
grandfather.
in school.
And it's bags of expectations.
Lucas, we all let our parents down at some point or another.
BJ's dead. Carly's impossible. I'm supposed to be the normal one. I can't handle that disappointment.
Lucas, you don't give them enough credit.
I'm gonna do this my way. And I'm gonna go on with my life on my
I think the most
terms.
frustrating thing about this story was that
Thank you, babe.
Tony was never seen until he was on his deathbed for the entire thing.
You look hot. I want to go.
He doesn't need to hide from his
Let's
family.
purpose.
Well, he,
I gotta get
you
this
know,
guy
he
to come on.
didn't know
How can I do that with my girlfriend?
what their frame
He
of
won't
mind
know.
was.
I gotta look
And to be
lonely.
fair, Bobby did
I
not
really
take
wanna
it well.
help, though.
He did.
So he, in a
He came
sense,
and
he
told
did have
me.
kind of a right to
Now it's my
be
turn.
keeping it quiet.
Let me handle it. Okay?
Not that he had any way to know either way. You can be beat up for being
Green
gay and be
tea.
seeing someone. That's
It's
yeah,
really
that's
good for
true.
you.
That's
Thanks.
really true.
And
But I don't think they're gonna
thanks for letting me deal
go
with it my way.
that far with Aiden.
don't-
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
he's
I
just gonna
still
get
think you should
bullied,
report
but
the guy.
probably not beat
Guy
up.
comes on to you at
At least I
Jake's,
hope not.
lures you outside, and then beats the hell out of you for what? Being gay. How twisted is that?
You know, he didn't look at me as a person. He looked at me like I was some abnormal, wrong thing.
No, Lucas, he's abnormal.
Yeah, but I understand how he feels.
Lucas, don't say that.
When I was growing up, I was disgusted with myself. You know, I couldn't figure out why I didn't think like everyone else. Why I couldn't
Low-key,
think
I miss when the
straight.
word woke was just
By
for
the time I
like
got to junior high,
people who
I got
did
enough
acid
guts to
instead
talk
of
to one of
just,
my
like,
teachers about my feelings.
stories that were just honest that people
She
don't
said
like.
that there was a cure. That I could change my thought process to learn how to be like the normal boys. You know, if I worked really hard.
Did she really say that to you?
Yeah, but she wasn't a bad person. I mean, she believed it. So I tried to be like the other guys. I acted the way that they acted. I liked what they liked. I mean, I was popular. But on the inside, I was quietly going insane. Until I met someone who understood. I wasn't crazy or sick.
I think
or
so too,
evil.
Allison.
The person was you, Georgie. You helped me so much.
Yeah, Christina's
I wish everyone else in the world was
abuse was
as
brutal to
tolerant
watch.
and open-minded as you are.
Especially like what she looked like after, that was crazy. Lexi did really good with that story though. We've yet to see much of Aiden to see if he could pull off a serious story. We've seen so little of him that I don't think. Yeah, I agree, Angel. But yeah, I don't think I lost my thought process. You're so you distracted me, Angel. Oh yeah, I don't think that he could pull off a serious storyline. I need to see him do stuff before I want to see him take on something like that if he is capable.
You come here often?
Not really. How about you?
It's my second time. Kind of new in town, you know, so I figured out how to get out, meet a few people. I saw you from across the room and I thought to myself,
Coleman.
now that's the sort of woman I'd like to get to know.
Well, looks like me deceiving.
See, I like that. You got a spark. See, I have a feeling me and you are going to get along just fine.
Yeah, Emily's was pretty brutal too.
Hey, thanks for keeping my date company. You with this guy?
Yep.
I don't think Alexis looked that bad, to be honest. She was in shock at seeing her daughter like that. I think she thought she was like hallucinating that he was on the road, because why would he just be in the middle of the
was just
road?
trying to help.
You know what I mean?
That wasn't helpful. I asked you to stay out of this.
I wanted to keep an eye out for you in case this gay bashing creep decided to go postal when he found out you were setting him up.
It's not up to you to protect me. In fact, it's a really good way to get yourself hurt. You tell me you understand that I'm a cop and accept that it can be dangerous, and then you show up while I'm undercover to watch my back?
I was worried about you.
Actually, I am trained to handle situations when they get out of hand.
Yeah, but you're not working with the PCPD on this one. You're doing it on your own.
The gay basher doesn't know that.
If you had gotten hurt, you wouldn't have been able to call for backup.
I don't anyway when I'm undercover. You need to trust me, Maxie.
I do trust you. But Jesse?
There are no buts. There was a real chance I could have gotten this guy to hit on me. I could have taken him off the streets. But he's still out there, ready to attack another innocent guy like he did Lucas because you got in the way.
We could still get him.
There is no we. I asked you to stay out of this, but you didn't.
It's really too bad, Jesse, because I got his phone number.
You let the guy pick you up? Maxie, he's dangerous.
Jake's was crowded and Jesse was there. Besides, I wasn't going to go outside with the guy.
Well, if he beat up Lucas, he's probably violent towards women, too.
I'm fine. Jesse would have come to my rescue.
He gave Maxie his phone number, so I ran a trace. His name's Frank Rausch.
Does he have a record?
Nothing. No priors, no outstanding warrants, but we got an address.
Okay, so you can arrest him for what he did to Lucas.
I can't. Unless you're willing to press charges.
No chance.
Lucas, come on. The guy is a predator. He needs to be locked up.
If I press charges, everyone's gonna know that I'm gay, including my entire family, and I can't handle that.
Lucas, you know you're gonna have to tell them eventually, so maybe now's the time. You told us and we love you just as much. They will too.
Yeah, after they finish mourning my lost manhood.
Hey, there's gotta be something the police can do to get the guy who beat up Lucas off the street.
I miss Coleman too.
No. Got him under surveillance. If he goes after someone else, we'll
Are
nail
you
him.
saying that you think that
What if he
Jesse looks like
decides to lay
Nathan,
low?
Taiwan?
Then there's nothing we can do.
Remember me?
Ooh. I forgot about this.
Yeah, I remember. You're the queer I dropped in the park with the rest of the trash.
Hey, knock it off! Hey!
Come on, now, hey, now,
Hey, break it up! Come on, break it! Lucas, get off! Get up! Easy!
You a cop?
what are you doing?
Fighting back for a change.
He started it. I was sitting here minding my own business. This guy came in and attacked me.
Is that what you saw, Coleman?
I didn't see how it started. I want to press charges.
Anything you want to add?
No.
Hope you won't
Also,
take
Greg
offense
Vaughn's
about me hitting on your
lucky.
girl earlier. Didn't know she was police property.
I like him.
Something going on with you and the Vic?
Yeah, he's a good
That
character.
guy's no Vic.
I was
What's
shocked
the
they
damage
killed
to
him.
Lucas's face? Trying to beat him up the other night.
You know what? Listen, I know I'm not supposed to bring my personal life to work. But Lucas, he's my cousin. If he's mixed up in something bad, I need to know. What the hell is wrong with you? One minute you're crashing at my house, and then you're beating up the gay basher?
I stood up for myself, and you know what? It felt good.
So wait, the police know that he baited you and beat you up?
But no. And that's how it's gonna stay, because I don't want anyone to know I'm gay.
But Lucas, that means that...
No one.
Who knows why it happened? My point is, Frank started it, and Lucas went for payback.
Well, then we have a problem. Lucas didn't bother to report the assault or file charges, but Frank is. Lucas is the one who's in trouble.
Angel, you said I miss Greg Vaughn being shirtless
You
in
and
the
I know
hot
what really
tub.
happened.
He
Frank
was
figured out you were
fine.
gay. He baited you to take a
Really?
ride with
He's
him.
leaving
When you got
Dave,
near the park,
so-
he turned on you, and he beat you into the
We
ground.
could get him back.
That's a hate crime. He shouldn't get
I wouldn't
away
mind
with it.
Lou Sam round
No,
too.
Frank's the one that should go to jail, not you. Help yourself out, Lucas. Admit you're gay and tell what really happened.
I understand this is your second mix-up with Lucas.
Like he needs to come back. Yeah, he's still got a lot of ties on the show.
What do you know about it?
Just trying to piece it all together. Sounded like to me that you're the one who started all this.
That guy is a queer. Okay, I was being nice, giving him a ride, and then the minute we get in the car, he comes on to me.
You know, I gave Carly up when she was born.
Bobby. Jackie
And
Jr.
Lord knows she has her share of issues.
Yeah, I adore
BJ
Lou
was
Sam.
taken
I
away
really
from me
did.
much too soon. And so, I feel as if I've been overcompensating with Lucas. Because it's my last chance to get this whole parenting thing right.
Well, I'd say that you've made it. Lucas is a great kid.
Oh, yeah, he is. But it's just lately.
What?
Yeah, if we can have Julie's
I don't know, I feel
Lulu
like he's
and Greg's Lucky.
pulling away from me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Jonathan Jackson's Lucky,
I'd worry if he
obviously.
didn't.
I'd be content with
Wanna know
Greg's
the
for
truth?
sure.
I am worried. Because Lucas is isolated, you know? I mean, he doesn't even have a girlfriend. At least not one that I can see. And if he does, he certainly doesn't want me to meet her. Which causes deeper concerns. And he didn't come home last night. And so I'm worried that he could be getting mixed up with the wrong crowd.
You know, Bobby, maybe you're overreacting. I mean, it sounds pretty normal to me. Adolescence, boys becoming men, all that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, you know, someday, maybe even soon, Lucas is going to meet a woman, and she's going to be the first
I don't know
woman
if you
in
guys
his life.
heard,
and
but
then he'll
Frank
get married,
Valentini had said that
and you and I will be
someone's
showing
coming
off
back
our grandkids to each other.
to the show, and it is a gentleman.
This is
people
like the
were
worst kept
speculating that it
secret in
could be
town.
Lucky because
You
Greg
guys
Vaughn's
know
leaving
Lucas is gay.
days.
I know. Jesse knows. What's the big deal?
But I'm pretty
Lucas's
sure.
friends are not the problem. It's the people that will judge him and
I'm
tell him
pretty
what's wrong
sure
with
it's
who he
Morgan,
is.
you guys.
Okay, who cares about them?
Lucas, obviously.
I just couldn't keep a huge part of myself a secret because I was afraid of what some strangers might say.
I didn't like Jacob
Oh,
Young's
dude.
Lucky either, from what I've seen. Allison.
We're family. I'm trying to help you here, but you're not giving me much to work with. If I'm to believe you, you walked into Jake's and you beat this guy up out of the blue. Then I hear from Jesse that Frank beat you up first, but so far I don't hear why. Now I have Frank saying that you're gay and accuses you of
Look,
hitting
he's
on him.
lying. I never touched him.
Okay, then what was the fight about?
I'm cool again.
Yeah, but he already announced that
I thought
someone
he
was
was
coming.
cheating.
He
I
already
got
announced that
mad.
Mac was coming back.
We mixed it up and Frank got the best of me. I went back to settle the score. End of story.
And you're sticking to it?
Yep.
And that means you're going to be booked on assault charges.
Exactly. That's why I think it's Morgan,
something.
because Brian
It's my word
Craig
against Frank's.
commented and was like, "Who could
I'm
it
gay. Who do you
be?"
think they're gonna believe?
I'm like, why would he?
It's just the way it is. People don't get it. My parents don't know, and they don't get it. This isn't a pity party. It's just the facts. It's my choice, so lay off.
God, if I had let you beat Frank as the basher he is instead of getting in the way, just let me.
Obviously. There's a lot going on here that I don't know about. I was at Jake's earlier. Maxie came in. Frank started hitting on her. Maxie. At Jake's. And? Come on, out with it. What's going on with Lucas?
I'd like to hear the answer to that.
Lucas was in a fight at Jake's.
Well, that much I
Probably
know.
Morgan.
Because I posted your bail. Lucas.
It's
why
hard to
didn't you
say.
call
Like the
me?
way Frank
Why did I
Valentini
have
put
to
it,
hear about
Angel.
this from Lucky?
Oh,
Lucas is
hold on,
free
I
to
want to
go,
watch
but
this
there will
part.
be a
We'll talk about it
hearing.
in a sec.
Okay, fine. We'll call Justice.
Look, I don't want to discuss this with anybody.
Lucas, you didn't just get these bruises. Which means there was another fight, and you didn't come home last night. What's going on with you? None of this is like you.
You don't know what I'm like.
I know what you're like, and you're my son. Come on, you're my baby boy.
I'm not your baby boy. You know, there's a whole lot you don't know about me or want to know.
All right, you're upset, obviously. This is not the time or place, so let's go home and talk, because there's never been anything you and I couldn't talk.
How about the fact that I'm gay? See my mother's face? That's why I didn't come out sooner.
Lucas, I don't understand.
Let me clear it up for you. I am officially the biggest disappointment of your life. But let me ease the pain. Tell yourself I'm adopted. It'll make it a whole lot easier.
Lucas?
Listen up, everyone. It's not my parents' fault. I mean, look at Lucky. Straight as an arrow. This is what a Spencer man is supposed to look like. There's no way I have any of those genes in me.
That's one thing I really.
Being gay is all my fault.
That's like the one thing I really appreciated
Right,
about this story is that they added the nuance of like, you know, Lucas is looking up to like a
Space?
bunch of legendary Spencer
That's why I
dudes.
didn't
Like,
come out
Luke
sooner.
is his uncle.
Lucas,
Lucky's a
I don't
cop.
understand.
They're both seen as heroes.
Let me clear it up for you. I am officially the biggest
Oh, it's just repeating
disappointment
it.
of
Okay,
your
well, I'll
life.
say it now while we're
Let
repeating
me
the
ease
scene
the
a little
pain.
bit.
Tell yourself
But,
I'm adopted. It'll make it a whole lot easier.
Lucas?
What was I gonna? Oh man, I lost my train of
Listen
thought
up,
too.
everyone.
Okay, so Morgan. Oh yeah, so
It's not my parents' fault.
Frank Valentini kind of made it seem like
I mean, look at
he's like coming back. He didn't reveal
Look.
who it was.
straight
like-
as an arrow. This
I don't know.
is what a Spencer man is supposed to look like.
It seems like it's more than a day,
There's no way I have any of those genes in me.
and we know that
Being gay
there was
is
no
all
body
my
from
fault.
Morgan. It's certainly doable.
Right, Mom?
It would be good timing because of what's happening with Sonny and Ava as well.
Come here.
Give your mother a break, Lucas. All right, she just needs time to process.
Look who's talking. The macho cop. I mean, the newlywed nephew everyone loves. It comes so easy to you. You're not a constant disappointment to the family.
Stop saying that.
Look in the mirror. I just became your worst nightmare in front of half of the town.
Oh, Lucas, wait.
Just give him time.
I'll go.
No. He's upset. He just needs time to pull it together. You gonna be okay?
I don't understand. I don't understand what he said. It's like he's angry at me, and I don't know why.
Okay, you know what? You'll talk to him. It'll be fine.
Since Lucas has gone public, we can deal with these assault charges.
So this fight, whose fault was the fight?
Well, some guy had a problem with Lucas. It was a gay bashing. I want to open up a real investigation to bust this group.
All right, could you please just not do anything though until I talk to my son?
Well, somebody's got to keep this guy off the streets. Sorry.
You knew? All of you. You all knew?
Well, I found out after he got beat up.
Lucas confided in me a few months ago.
A few months ago? And nobody bothered to tell his mother?
Well, he wanted us to keep it a secret until he was ready.
Georgie, I thought you had more sense. My son's crying out for help, and nobody could be bothered to tell his mother. I gotta find Lucas and fix this.
I feel like, Guza really wrote Lucky, like Greg Vaughn's Lucky horribly, and the second
Surgical nurse to cover.
Jonathan started playing him, they started making him competent.
It's okay, really.
Hey, Nathan.
Hope it didn't take you away from anything
It was
important.
crazy.
No.
And I wish that Greg Vaughn got, better
Elizabeth, I
writing.
don't want to talk about it.
They always made
All right,
him
well, if you
look
need
like a
anything, just let
dumbass
me know. Everything's
under
fine.
Greg.
Okay.
So if one day Greg does return as Lucky, I hope that they
Hey, Poppy's
give him
really
a better
stressed out
shot
right now.
than Guza
Lucas
did.
got beat up.
Hey, Jacarius.
He was arrested because he went after the guy for revenge.
What were they fighting about?
The other guy was a gay basher.
So what does that have to do with... Oh, Lucas. Yeah.
Things, well, they got pretty tense. Lucas, he kind of blurted out to his mother that he was gay in front of everyone. He caught Bobby off balance,
Wow, that must be quite a shock for her.
but not for you.
Well, I had my suspicions. But God, I can't imagine what he's going through right now. I mean, having to hide who he is just because some people are small-minded.
Bobby's taking it pretty
The
hard.
reality, y'all.
Who knows how Tony will react. Actually, Lucas hasn't handled it very well either.
Yeah,
I
well,
think he's terrified.
it's life-changing.
You know, Lucas has his whole
That's
macho
true,
thing
come
in his
on,
head
we
about
don't.
Spencer men. I guess that's why he didn't feel he could come to me.
Right, looking at
Wherever he is
After the
right
fire.
now.
I feel like he got better writing when Jonathan
He
came back,
must feel
though.
very much alone.
Although they made him like an emotional wreck, but like he definitely became smarter.
Whoa!
Lulu.
Nasty. What wall did you run into?
His name was Frank, and he pretty much blew up my life.
Do I want to hear this?
Yeah, you may as well. I'm gay. Alert the media.
Wow. That's
Trying to remember why people
fantastic.
were suspicious
I
of Lucas being gay.
wanted someone
That
to
part
take the
happened
family's
off
attention
screen,
off of
Angel.
me,
That's
so
the
thanks for the assist, cuz.
reality.
Yeah, sure. Glad I could
Lucas
help.
was never seen and never heard.
So what if I crash
So
and
we're
burn, right?
assuming they had suspicions off
Okay.
screen.
It occurs to me that not everyone is as cool about this as I
The
am.
real Lulu,
so for that,
damn
you
right,
have my
Sandy,
total
damn
sympathy.
right.
But the family is really open-minded. You really
God, I
don't have
miss
anything
Julie
to worry
so
about.
much.
Yeah, you are young.
Okay, if you want to hold on a second, I can go get my nunchucks and we can demolish the guy that did this to you.
I already did, and it didn't help. And just so you know, everyone in the family is not that cool about me being gay.
Lucas, thank God I knew you'd be here.
Can I stay?
Well, you kind of left things unresolved with your mom.
I can't face her right now.
Will you be able to arrest the guy who beat Lucas up?
What kind of pig does that?
You know what? It'll
Lucas
never
tried
make
to date
sense.
TLQ. Yeah, but that was under
I'm just
Ryan, and then he kind of
surprised that
vanished.
Bobby, usually she's so
and then they
laid
didn't
back.
really mention
She
Lucas
needs
again
time to
until
observe
like
it, like you said.
I think a few months later.
She'll shut Lucas out of her life.
And then that scene with Brooklyn
her
and
son. That
this
will
Lucas,
never
I think, was their
change.
first
But as a
scene
mother, you
since
start to
Ryan had
imagine
left.
a certain life for your child, and something like being gay changes everything. Like the kind of pain it will cause him, and she has no idea how to protect him.
But ultimately, you want Cam to be happy, whatever that happens to be. It's not like Lucas chose this.
And you're awfully bothered by this.
I just have to believe that my Aunt Bobby has what it takes to get Lucas through this.
Hey. I guess Lucky told you. It's quite a shock. Yeah. I would appreciate it if you both kept it to yourselves for now.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Lucas is gonna need all the support he can get right now, especially from his mom. I don't know what he needs anymore. You know, he's been so distant and so secretive. It finally makes some sense. Except I don't know what to do about it. Well, there's not a
Maybe
whole
go
lot
on,
you can
but-
do, except let your son know that you love him, no matter what.
See, like Elizabeth, even here,
Are
she's
you
like,
sure you want to
know,
stay here? I mean, wouldn't you rather
She
go
just
home?
seemed to get it. I think she,
What home? Right now, my
we
mom
don't
is
know
wishing that she
too
never
much
adopted
about
me.
No,
Elizabeth's
Lucas, I don't believe that. And how would
history
Bobby's reaction have been
before
different
Port
if you weren't
Charles. Beyond,
adopted?
she had a friend Terry
Because
that
if I
was
wasn't
a
adopted,
guy that became
I'd be
a girl,
all Spencer and Jones
transgender
jeans.
woman.
I mean, I
But
probably
that
wouldn't be
happened
gay.
No,
after
wait a minute.
they
You've had
stopped
some time to
being
deal with
friends.
this. Just please give Bobby a minute to digest.
No, Georgie's right. Your mom and your dad, they both worship you. You have the kind of family that we would all kill for.
It's not that easy. I mean, no one even pays attention to Maxie's sex life.
Except my dad.
I meant her orientation. Or yours, for that matter. Everyone just accepts it because you're straight. Now I'm gonna be the gay guy, or my gay friend Lucas, or my gay son. It's like the person I am takes a back seat just because I happen to be attracted to the same sex. It's bigoted, it's limiting, and it's unfair.
Don't look at me. I'm a quartermain. I put the fun in dysfunctional.
So what if Bobby is not throwing a parade for you? She was blindsided, Lucas.
At the police station, by the way, in front of everyone with a couple of vagrants waiting for cells to open up.
Lucas, she feels like she was the last to know, and that's what's embarrassing here.
She's embarrassed because she has a gay son.
Oh, dude, you know what? You handle this however you want, but I was there. I saw her face. I think she was more surprised than anything, and it'd be nice if you lightened up and gave her a minute.
Dylan's got a point. Why don't you call Bobby, tell her to come over here, and we'll talk about it. Then you'll see, Lucas. I left a message on your mom's voicemail that you're here, you're with us, and you're fine.
Well, if I'm lucky, then she'll just accept that and not feel the need to come over.
Don't you want to straighten this out with her?
So she can look at me like I have a fatal disease?
Is it okay if I call you a drama queen?
This
You're
isn't-
being a drama queen.
Dylan, this isn't a joke.
No, it's not. But don't you dare turn yourself into a victim. That's not who you are.
Your mom is not prejudiced.
Oh, yeah. She's totally PC when it comes to other people's families.
You know, Lucas, it's awful that you were outed the way that you were, but instead of dealing with it, you're standing here determined to prove that you're right to stay in the closet.
I'm just prepared for the inevitable. If BJ had lived, if Carly hadn't have been given up for adoption, then things might have been different. But I'm the one that's had to live the perfect life. No transgressions, no failures. I mean, no bringing my boyfriend home to meet my parents. Oh, God.
Yeah, you're
I
right,
wouldn't
Angel.
know
Like
my
this
father.
is GH's first, literally
got it.
GH's first
Priscilla,
gay
queen of the
storyline.
desert.
Of course, there
You
was
traveled
like
through Australia with a couple
gay
of drag
characters
queens. Nobody
here and
ever
there,
find
but
you.
like as
Sounds
like
fabulous. Can I come?
Yes.
you know
No, seriously,
D-list
you can
characters,
stay
like
here as long as you
extras
want as a
essentially.
vagrant.
Absolutely not. I will not have another freeloading Spencer under my roof.
Mom, Lucas is a friend and he's having a hard time, and seriously, what do you care if he stays in the East Wing or the North Tower or the boathouse even?
Darling, your friend is a Spencer. When Spencers move in, you cannot get them out.
You do realize that your husband's family you're insulting.
Georgie, I happen to find my husband amusing. Lulu, I find a nuisance. And from the look of things, he's twice as bad.
Didn't you just have a near-death experience?
Oh, don't bother. She's a lonely old bag.
Oh, now that really endears you to me. Oh, good. Bobby, would you remove your son from the premises, please? He's not welcome here.
I'm not welcome at home either.
Lucas, that is not true. Look, I was totally thrown at the police station when you said, we're going to work
Alan
this
gave
out.
it to her, Angel.
I love you.
But not enough to say the word, right? I mean, we might as well do this now, get it over with. Go on. My son is gay. You can't say it, can you?
Wow. A gay Spencer. Now that's a new wrinkle.
Yeah, way to be a bigot, Mom.
Dylan, this is way too much trouble for us. You will not associate with him. And you, Bobby, try being a good parent. Straighten this out. I don't want Lucas in this house. Keep your son's issues away from all of the Quartermains, especially my son.
Wait a second, I don't have a problem with Lucas, Mom.
I am up to my armpits in aberrant Spencers. There's no way I'm taking on another one.
You better shut your mouth before I rip every hair out of your spiteful little head.
This is my house.
It's Monica's house.
Well, I doubt that Monica would want your son living here any more than I do.
I have tolerated your insults for years. I've sit around and stood by while your ridiculous charade of a marriage has made a fool out of my brother, and I've watched you treat my niece like trash.
She was well compensated.
Lucas is my son. He's a wonderful young man, and I'm very proud of him. And if you ever insult my son again, I will bitch slap you all the way to the Canadian border.
You'll what?
Do you want me to show you? We used to beat up rich girls like you in Florida for sport. It's one of the street things you never really forget. So you lay off my kid or I'll do more damage to you than you ever dreamed of. Do you understand me? Good. Now, go away. Go.
You're a child. This is like what, 2005 maybe?
Well done.
Go in,
2006
Bobby.
perhaps?
I didn't expect you to defend me like that.
Well, why wouldn't I defend you? You're my son. I love you. And Tracy Quartermain's mean. She's hateful, miserable, overprivileged witch. And I despise that woman. And every word she said to you.
So do we.
I love you, honey. And I know I should have been more sensitive. I'm sorry you've been in so much pain.
No, it's okay.
But you know what? It's not too late. I am going to get you counseling.
That's where it went.
Lucas doesn't need counseling. There's nothing wrong with him.
Lulu, I know you mean well. But I don't expect you to understand or appreciate this situation. So, come on, you and I need to talk.
I'm in trouble.
11 years
Lucas,
old.
you're a teenager. You're
I would've been
supposed to
15
be
or 16.
experimenting and figuring out who you really are.
Do you think I'll figure out that I'm not gay after all?
I'm terrified for you. You were badly beaten. You're in trouble with the law. Honey, you were the target of a hate crime. And you are facing a life of rejection and pain. And I think counseling may really help you to sort things out.
There's nothing to sort out.
So what are you saying to me? That what happened tonight is okay with you? Look, your life obviously is not working. And I know what that's like.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I love you. And I want you to come home tonight and I want you to promise me you will go into counseling.
Okay, yeah, I'll be home later.
In soap world, age doesn't matter in the soap world. You know, we're all 16 still. Even you, Sandy. We're like Cameron for the first 15 years of his life.
She's
He
only
stayed
trying to
11
help.
for years. No, he's even younger than that. He stayed like
paying
7
some
for
shrink
years.
of fortune to try and help me figure out that I'm not gay. I mean, who is that helping? No, the truth is, my mom doesn't accept me.
Lucas.
Lucas,
Hey,
wait,
hey.
Lucas.
We can still catch. We can go after him right now. We can.
Dylan, you are forbidden to leave this house, and you are never to go anywhere near Lucas again.
Go. Just go get him. Get him.
If I was Dylan, I'd be like, screw you, and I'd just leave out the door. I was like, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do?
Is there something you want to ask me?
You mean, are you gay? No, of course not. Lucas is obviously deeply troubled, and I don't want you getting involved.
Well, I think it's a little late for that.
Why?
Because he was my roommate in the dorms for months.
And?
And I miss him. That's why I was upset about leaving the dorms. Lucas and me, we got close.
Don't scam me, Dylan.
I am not scamming you. Dressing up in drag for Luke, that's a scam. Putting on a little dress and singing, that's a scam. This is not, okay? Lucas, I don't know how to explain it, but he opened my eyes to a lot of things. And we understand each other. And in some ways, Lucas is the most influential person in my entire life. You don't know, Mom. You don't know how much it means to me that he came out. In fact, you know what? I've been waiting a while to say this.
I'm sending you to military academy.
Oh, okay, that could work. I mean, that would make things a lot easier on Georgie. And as I told your little friend, General Walker Perry, I do kind of admire a man in uniform, which I think he does too, by the way. I really do.
All right, I'm gonna lock you in the North Wing. I will do whatever it takes.
Relax, I'm not gay. All I feel for Lucas is respect and admiration.
Well, I knew that. So what were you blathering on about?
Scott Clifton was gold as Dylan.
It was a test. And you failed it.
I didn't really take to the recast.
Bobby thinks she's being supportive, but she practically put Lucas in counseling.
Good, maybe it'll help him with coming out.
Scott
That's the
Clifton?
thing, Bobby doesn't even
Is he
think
still
he's
on
gay.
this hope right now?
She thinks he's experimenting.
What's he up to these days?
No wonder he didn't want to come out to her.
I'm sure Bobby has no idea how much she's hurting him.
Right.
Dream come true,
Which is why I
Angel.
was
Dream
hoping
come
you could
true.
talk to her. You know, mom to mom.
I wouldn't hate it either.
Help her accept Lucas for the way he is.
I am so glad that you agreed to talk to Dr. Winters because I think that counseling will help you to change your entire perspective.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing better now that Lucas is getting counseling.
Yeah, that's great. It can really be helpful.
Yeah, well, you know, he's been really miserable since that night at the police station, and he's not talking to me these days, so I think he needs someone objective to help him get through this.
Being gay isn't something to just get over.
Well, if Lucas even is gay, I mean, you know, kids are exposed to so much these days. Anybody could get confused.
He needs you to accept him.
Elizabeth, what if Lucas were Cameron? He just turned 18. He's about to go out and face the world on his own, and he tells you he's gay. Would you be able to accept him? Just like that.
So,
Well, we know the answer to that.
You gotta cure it
Didn't
if
happen
you
with
go
Cameron,
gay.
but it happened with Aiden before he turned 18.
that's my mom's once. That's why she set all this up, right?
So why did you agree to come?
Because she's my mom. And the look on her face at the police station, she deserves better than just
Laney
beaten up
Winters,
and yelling at her.
guys.
You must love her very much.
I just want to be the son that she wants.
Well, let's talk about what you want, Lucas. Do you want to be gay?
Doesn't matter. being gay is like it's like having blonde hair or being tone deaf. It's just who I am.
How long have you been aware of it?
It took a while for me to realize I wasn't like everyone else.
I mean, Kaiwan, you kind of implied that, like, it was because of Lucas that she was accepting, but she just seemed like she was accepting regardless, you know, like...
And then I started playing soccer.
I don't think it had anything to do with Lucas. I think that she probably,
soccer camp,
most likely,
this college guy that was the coach, and
probably had gay
all the girls
friends
had a crush
growing
on
up, and you know, wasn't.
So did I.
You know, was just sort of whatever about it. She didn't care.
I know Spencer on one side and Jones on the other, so you know, being gay is not really an option.
Challengers? No, I haven't. What's it
about? The way that I feel for years.
And I miss Lainey too.
And
also what you said about Drew Garrett. Drew Garrett's so gorgeous.
I just want to be the person that my family wants me to be.
And then we got Chad.
I hate myself because I'm not, and I hate myself because I'm not who I want to be either.
That sounds pretty exhausting.
It is. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of hating myself. I'm tired of pretending.
You know who you are, Lucas. That already puts you ahead of the pack.
Really?
Yes. So let's try to find some positive ways to deal with it.
My greatest wish is for Cameron to just be happy.
And that's exactly what I want for Lucas.
And if Cameron were to find love with a woman or a man, I would have to be okay with it.
What about the night you get called to the police station because your son has been badly beaten? Or the times when you know he's in terrible emotional pain and he's not able to share
anything. It's a little bit chilling seeing this after our conversation earlier. I didn't remember this part of the story.
Protect him from and the pain and the prejudice that he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life.
Bobby isn't wanting to change him a kind of prejudice.
Ooh. I am not homophobic. I have friends who are gay.
Ooh, the I have gay friends card.
Some people are born homosexual. But some people experiment, they go through a phase, and then they settle down.
And you're hoping that by him going to therapy, it'll help him settle down?
Yes, I am hoping that he will just get through this whole phase.
Maybe that's not what Lucas wants for himself.
Hey, Mom.
Hey. How'd it go?
Counseling wasn't what I expected at all. Lainey actually really helped me.
That's great. That's great. Because I was really hoping she would. Come on, let's go have coffee.
Man. Well, that's it, y'all. There's not much else. Like, even for me, I don't really remember what happened after that until the virus outbreak. And that's, you know, Lucas was kind of there, and then he came out to Tony, and then Tony died, and that was it. Angel, you said Challengers is a movie about tennis and the strong bisexual love triangle. Interesting. It is Pride Month. I should be watching some gay-themed movies or LGBTQ-themed movies. But yeah, I guess, you know, this was, like I said, this was 2005, 2006. It was very groundbreaking for GH to tell this story. I don't think that they were the first soap to have a coming out story. I don't know which one it was, but I know that GH was not the first. But I think this was like the first like gay bashing story in American soaps anyway. Can't speak for the rest of the world, but Kaiwani said, I'm loving it. I'm glad you suggested it for Pride Month. I always wanted to see it in full. Yeah, I still don't know who you're talking about, Lucas and Baby, but but yeah, no, I'm glad we watched it too, because it's been probably since then since I've watched it. Although the one scene that I have watched throughout the years over and over again was Bobby calling Tracy out. Did you ever watch Noah's Ark? Like the Bible story Noah's Ark? Allison, you said when was All My Children one with Bianca? I think the Bianca one was before Lucas. One Life would do it in the 90s. Yeah, I mean that makes that I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Um But yeah, and I like what I appreciate about Lucas's story in particular was that he had the whole macho thing to contend with. No, Noah's Ark, the show, gay show. No, I've never even heard of it. It's a gay soap on Logo. See, y'all, we didn't have Logo here in Canada. I think we do now. Maybe we do. We have a similar channel that probably airs their shows, but like any like gay channel was not available on regular cable, at least here, and I grew up with like regular cable until like probably like teenager, like 14, 15 years old. And that's when like Out TV would exist, but you still had to subscribe to it, and I still wasn't out, so like didn't do that until after I came out. 4 black gay friends. Interesting. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I really didn't watch gay shows growing up. I mean, there was obviously shows that had gay storylines in them, and I really appreciated them growing up. Shows like Degrassi and obviously GH, and I would go onto YouTube and watch like gay storylines from other soaps. Like I watched, which soap? I want to say As the World Turns, their first gay couple, Luke and Noah. I watched a lot of their scenes on YouTube, and I can't remember if like it happened as YouTube was around or maybe it got uploaded after, but I did watch that. That and Lost Girl. I've heard of Lost Girl, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, like, and then of course, you know, RuPaul kind of blew up and it became loved worldwide, and didn't matter what channel it was on. But yeah, no, like I think there was a lot of good like coming of age sort of television shows where they were putting more gay characters in there. I found like, in reference, I guess, to me, I couldn't relate to a lot of them. I was like growing up, I was a bit of a loner, so I didn't really have a friend group to really come out to, and I wasn't dating until the first guy I dated, I was 17. First guy I even slept with as well, and at that point I was already out to my dad, or I came out to my dad because like I knew that we were going to hook up, and I wasn't going to have the sex talk with my mom, and I was not out to my mom yet. So, and my dad, again, he lives in Japan. So this is not someone I've seen. It was a lot easier to come out to him. He was a musician. He was eccentric. So, like, he didn't care. Seems like a different story with my sister, who recently came out as bi. Something about his little girl being into women doesn't sit right with him, I guess, according to my sister. And that's unfortunate. And that's why I don't talk to my dad, because he's kind of shitty. But I don't know. For me, when I was younger, like it was just a very different situation for me. And then I'd find solace in these like gay storylines, whether it was like, you know, shows like Degrassi, soap clips, things like that. But it was almost just like, well, I'm finally seeing people that are like gay on TV, and it was nice, but I couldn't relate to any of it. The only thing, what I find with Lucas's story, and it's only in hindsight, is that I kind of, at the beginning, had a similar situation with my mom. Mind you, what happened with me and my mom happened, like, a couple of years later, like, when I was 18. And she was not accepting at first, and I'll answer that question in a second, Angel. But what was I going to say? All right, so, I don't know if I've told you guys this before. I was outed to my mom by her friend, because her friend had me on Facebook, and on Facebook I was out. At that point. And this is before I gained like a big friend group, before I worked at a really big place with a lot of people. I was still pretty much a loner, and most of my friends were like online friends on Facebook. But it said interested in men in there, and that's how she told my mom's friend. That's why she told her, and that's how she saw. And like, my mom cried, and like, there was a point, and this is probably like a while later. You guys gotta keep in mind, like, we had one computer. It was a computer. It was in her room. We all shared it for Facebook and things like that. Like internet things, essentially. And so at one point, my mom actually was on my Facebook, and she changed my interested in men to interested in women. And that made me mad, obviously, because she was scared that her dad might see it, and my grandparents, well, my grandfather especially, and his family, because he's not married to my grandmother. They're very religious, and so she was terrified what they would think, and I was like, I don't really care what they think. Like, I was like, my family, like, my cousin knew, and my cousin was very much like my sister. We were very close, but she lived in the States. But I talked to her about it, and when I started dating, I was sharing my entire experience with her, and it was very nice. It was very nice. That's funny, Angel. Also, to answer your question, I love kissing men with facial hair. I think it's really hot. I'm a beard guy. I like guys with beards. And it's, I'm not discriminatory against like guys without them. It just feels like, I don't know, it doesn't feel itchy to me. But I feel like also it probably comes down to the texture of the hair. Not all guys' beards are the same. Some are very soft and fluffy, and some are, a bit rough and stubbly. I like stubble though. I don't mind it. I think it's hot. Well, now you know, Angel. But does it tickle? I mean, I also have a beard, so it's probably a different situation for me. Our hairs are just touching each other's hairs. I can't speak to a hairless person kissing a person with facial hair. So, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't... I don't know. Sandy, you like a beard? I like a beard. But yeah, I don't know. It's a matter of preference, I suppose. I would imagine. I hear girls that like, I hate guys that have hair on their bodies, and I'm like, give me all the body hair. Like, give me a hairy beast. So it's all preference. It comes down to preference, and I'm sure it's the same whether you're straight, gay, bi. It doesn't matter. I agree, Sandy. I like how stubble looks, but other women told me it itches. And see, for me, like, I too have stubble and facial hair, so I probably don't notice. Doesn't itch with me, but maybe it does to someone that never has facial hair. I never you'll never see me without at least some, because I look so weird without facial hair. I find I look weird. The only time I will do it is if I'm having a Halloween costume that requires a beard to not exist there. So if I'm like painting myself and all this stuff, and I've only had to do that once, and it was just very bizarre, and I didn't like it. Love a hairy chest. Me too, Sandy. Me too. But yeah, it's a preference thing. It's a preference thing. Huh. But yeah, anyway, going back to the story with my mom, it was rough beginnings for us in terms of me coming out. And my grandmother, she was in mad denial. I didn't tell her. I think it was like a whole other year, probably even more than that, a couple of years, because she had moved to the other side of the country at one point, just to live in her old town, for a year, maybe even a little bit more than that. She did come back, and by then, I was very much out to my mom and very much out to my friends, and my best friend was very flamboyantly gay, and we were pretty close, me and him. We weren't dating. We weren't like friends with benefits all the time. I'm sure we hooked up like once or twice in our life. But we were close because we were like each other's like bestie, and we'd go out to the gay bars and everything and be each other's wingman and all the stuff. But she would never ask. She would never ask, and then I think I had to make her ask. And my grandmother, she's also super religious and a bit small-minded in certain things, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Do you know how gay guys have sex?" She was she was about to blow my mind. She acted like she's like, "Oh, just wait till he finds out this is how they do it." And I'm like, I'm not a virgin, right? Because at this point, I'm in my early 20s, I think, probably my early 20s. And I'm like, Nanny, that ship sailed when I was 17. Okay, this is not news to me. It's definitely not news to me. Oh, man. Sandy said, "Do you love a hairy chest? It doesn't itch." Well, there you go. But maybe it does to some women, again, it's a preference thing, and maybe everyone's skin has different sensitivities as well. So even I find even when I shave, my skin will get so red. Doesn't matter what I put on it, nothing. It gets red no matter what. So I have sensitive skin. But yeah. But yeah, my coming out was not easy in terms of my family that I lived with, but it got better, And like I said, I've been to Pride with my mom and my grandmother. I think me and my mom played bingo at a gay bar, drag bingo, in my mid-20s. So things obviously got better. Mothers never want to hear their child is no longer a virgin. I mean, I was in my 20s, though, and, that was my grandmother's reaction. So, my mom, I don't even remember. I think I had to explain to her that I had a relationship and that we did have sex, but that I did have that talk with my dad and all that stuff at the early stages of that. But, I don't know. No one likes to have this sex conversation with their kids, or it's an awkward conversation to have, no matter what your orientation is. But I don't know. I just found it funny that my grandmother was expecting me to not know, even that, regardless of if I had sex or not. The fact that she would think that me in my 20s would not know how men have sex with each other, I found it hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I think that probably deep down, I'm sure my grandmother probably wishes I wasn't, but it sucks to suck. I am what I am, and it is what it is. She would probably never say it out loud, though. And I don't know. I think because of the world we're in, and I'd say Edmonton overall, where I live, is pretty open-minded. Like, a lot of my friends are straight. They all know I'm gay. None of them give a shit. Truly. Like, all the friends that I have made in the last, like, what is it, 2024? All the friends I've made in the last 10 years. Oh, yeah. It's been 10 years since I came out, by the way. As of, like, a few days ago. 10-year anniversary. To, like, everyone. I don't know. It's all the friends I've had the last 10 years, none of them even flinched, you know, none of them left because of it. They all stayed. They all think it's cool. They're like, you know, some of them are a bit like, what's the word? I don't know. I feel like well-meaning, but like kind of dumb. Like I just remember, like, I've had lots of straight guy friends try to hook me up with the other gay guy that they know, and I'm like, that is the equivalent of me being like, hey, you know what? I know this girl that is straight. You should date her, and not tell you like anything else about them. Like, I was like, it is the same thing, and you know, they're like, good point. I'm like, yeah, it's the, you know. Going to work? All right. Angeli said, I figured out how two men do it in the shower after watching Cinemax when I was a teen. I couldn't tell you how I found out. I'm sure it was probably like porn, honestly. I don't know. But I don't know. But yeah, that it was just a funny situation. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone kind of handles it differently, and unfortunately, we're also in a time where like hatred towards LGBTQ people is also like on the rise, and mostly from like political leaders that make it okay to hate people that are different from other people. I think we can name at least one, but there are multiple. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, and I don't know. I just, whenever I see, like, for example, I guess like in this dawn of age of social media, anytime anyone makes a post with a rainbow flag or anything, there's all these comments and emojis of like vomiting or anger emojis and reacts and stuff. And I just kind of giggle because I'm like, y'all know that the reason why there's like a Pride Month is because of this, and the more you do it, the longer we're gonna make it. I'm like dead ass Edmonton. Like, Pride now lasts from June till the end of August, and I'm like, y'all did that because we're in Alberta, which is like essentially like the Texas of Canada. So I'm just like, so the choice is yours. If we all want it to go into winter, you know, keep this up. We will have gay seasons. Gay summer, gay winter, gay fall, gay spring. We'll take them all, and it'll be your own doing. And that's how I just kind of like shut it down, because I'm like, whatever. Y'all are so dumb for like, I don't know. Just like the small-mindedness of certain people, it can be laughable, but at the same time, it can be scary. Today's actually the anniversary of the shooting in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub, where the mass shooting with 50 people dying. And so that popped up on my Facebook, and I cried that day. And the legislature here in Edmonton held a vigil that, like, obviously the next evening. Although like I found out in the morning after it happened, obviously, because I would have been sleeping at night. And then at that evening, there was a vigil. So I went to that, and we all just kind of like mourned their losses, even though we didn't know who they were. It's just like sad to see it. And I was watching my videos from that day. It's probably somewhere on my YouTube channel as well. But I just remember thinking, like, thank God that, like, I live in a country where, like, A, mass shootings don't happen, and B, there's a lot more inclusivity here and a lot more open-minded people here. But, you know, I'm sure it's like ups and downs, but I just kind of keep things in perspective. Like, it can be a lot worse here. And I think that just seeing how people fought for their right to, like, live their lives openly in the past, like when it was a far more dangerous situation, I think it's made people who are openly queer a lot more fearless, a lot more brave, because they look at, like, the people that came before us and see how hard they had to fight when they had next to no one in their corner. And now there's a lot of people in our corner, because people do realize that it's ridiculous. It is a ridiculous thing that, like, people are so hard pressed about being open with who we sleep with, and we're like, we don't bother y'all for, like, making out and grinding on the dance floor on your end. Like, calm down, pipe down. Don't like it, don't watch. don't want to see the Pride Parade, don't go to it. Oh, man. Angel, you said, I discovered lesbians when my dad took me to watch Sin City. I forgot about that movie. Jessica Alba's in it. When I was 11. He didn't pay attention to the rating of the movie. He just thought comic book. Oh, man. Lesbians got it hard, man, because, like, straight men are so turned on by, like, women who, like, make out with each other and whatever, even if they're doing it for, like, funsies, you know what I mean? Straight men will go to lesbians and be like, oh, you should get this D, you know. It's just like, it's gross. And I've seen it at the gay bars here where straight men trying to come on to lesbians, and it's like, really? And they're like, oh, how do you know if you didn't try it? And they're like, how do you know? How do you know you don't like dick if you don't try it? Go get some. It's like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Man. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I say they have it harder. They have it easy in some ways too, because, like, there are just, like, regular female best friends that hold each other's hands when they're, like, bonding and, like, whatever, and it's just them being friends. So, like, some people just don't question it. Now I think it's probably a bit more questioned because it's, like, people in the queer community are more open. But back when I was younger, that's how it seemed. But all right, y'all. I think we've talked enough. I've been on for, like, what, an hour and a half now, just about. So, longest live stream in a while, in a minute. But it's all good. Sunday we will we'll recap General Hospital. It's been an okay week so far. He took me to see Beauty Shop after that. Oh, man. But yeah, we'll recap the show Sunday. I do have my rehearsal Sunday, but like I said, it shouldn't affect the show. I just gotta wake up early and do my notes, go to rehearsal. I'll be back long before my live stream even begins, so we'll be okay for that. And my show is in, like, 10 days, y'all. I'm excited for it. It's a bigger stage. There's stage lighting, effects. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know how it's gonna go. I hope it goes well. Wish me luck, y'all. But I know my set, and the band knows the set, and I'm confident in that part. I don't mind performing in front of a bigger crowd. That part doesn't bother me. Seeing if I can pull off utilizing a huge ass stage when my practice space is either here, which isn't that much space, or the jam space, which is not really a space to figure out what I'm going to do on the stage. He didn't let me finish the movie. That's so funny. Make sure you post it. Oh yeah, I will. I'm gonna make sure that my friends are filming, and I'll try. Obviously, it's gonna be the same songs that I did last time, but there were certain songs that nobody caught that I really want people to catch. So I'm gonna be like, Mom, make sure you film this, because I'm sure she'll come, and be like, somebody film this song. It's the only song that's really missing, and there's certain songs that I didn't upload as well, just because I didn't like how I did them. But now I'll be in a venue where I can actually hear me a lot better, which I'm relieved about. So yeah, I'm excited. Give us those sexy moves. I mean, they're not going to be, well, they could be kind of sexy. There's certain songs where the moves can be kind of sexy. Maybe you'll catch it on that day. Well, not that day, but obviously, as soon as I get all the footage sent to me, I wish I could film it myself, but obviously I'll be on the stage. Because I'm a damn good filmer. Ask anyone. Ask any of my musician friends. I give them solid footage every time. But yeah, it's we'll see how that goes. All right, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for tuning in to watching Lucas's coming out storyline, to sharing a bit of my coming out storyline in my life. Stay tuned for the Sunday for the GHMV after show, General Hospital after show. If you like this stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys this Sunday. Peace out. Mwah.